What if I told you that happiness isn't just something you have, it's something you can actually train? That's right. Scientists now know that happiness is less about what happens to you and more about what you practice every single day. And the really good news, most of the practices that move the needle don't take hours, they take minutes. That's right, minutes. So today, I'm going to share 10 proven ways to boost your happiness levels, all backed by research, as always, all doable in a daily life. Remember, I'm a mom of 3 children, so my life rides on practicality and efficiency. And I promise you, no toxic positivity, no fake smiles, just real tools that help you feel lighter, calmer, and genuinely happier. Stick with me until the end. I'll also give you a one-page recap of the 5 fastest switches you can flip this week, which also turn out to be the 5 top habits that happy people practice daily. Screenshot it, print it, put it out on the fridge. Sounds good? Let's dive in. Hi, my name is Ellie. Welcome back to the channel. Here's a list of the top 10 tools that actually work every day to feel happy. Number 1, gratitude that actually works. Let's start with the obvious one, gratitude. You've probably heard this 1,000 times, be grateful. And sometimes, doesn't that just sound a bit cliche and worn out? I do wake up grateful every day, but within 10 minutes, my kids start screaming and I sense my stress levels rise instantly. So here's the secret. The trick isn't to say I'm grateful for life. The trick is to get ridiculously specific about what we're grateful about. Instead of saying I'm grateful for my health, try saying this. I'm grateful that my legs carried me up the stairs this morning when I was running late. And instead of saying I'm grateful for my family, try getting really specific and say I'm grateful for the way that my daughter made me laugh at breakfast this morning when she spilled juice everywhere. Do you see the difference? The more specific that you are, the more your brain lights up. Research shows that people who wrote down just 3 small things that they were grateful for every day reported feeling happier, less stressed, and even slept better within just a few weeks. And for those of you who know me well, you know that sleep is very important to me, so I read and research all about it. So here's some really practical tips on this point. Each morning, write down 3 oddly specific things you're grateful for. At night, write down 1 surprise moment of the day you did not expect to happen. And once a week, tell someone directly, hey, that thing you did for me this week really helped me. It's small, it's simple, but the important bit is that your brain starts scanning for positives instead of negatives. And that's the real power of gratitude. That's how we sustain a lighter level of just being in everyday life instead of waiting for the big life event once every 5 years. Number 2, move your body to lift your mood. You don't need a gym membership or a six-pack. All you need is movement. Exercise is literally medicine for the mind. Studies show that 10 to 20 minutes of moderate movement like walking, dancing in your kitchen, or stretching can trigger endorphins and serotonin, your natural mood lifters. In fact, exercise is so effective that some studies compare it to antidepressants for mild to moderate depression. That's how powerful exercise is. And if you take it outside, you double the benefits of it. One study found that just 20 minutes in nature lowered stress hormones, improved focus, and boosted the mood of all the people in the study. So here's what I want you to try. Create a 15 to 20 minute feel better loop. Step outside, leave your phone at home, and just walk. Notice the trees, the air, the light. Do this 3 times a week and watch how your baseline mood will shift upwards. And if you wear a Whoop or like another wearable device like me, that measures your stress and sleep levels, you will see the impact of a 15-minute walk on you instantly. Number 3, sleep. The happiness's silent partner. Okay, I know what you're thinking. Yes, I know I need sleep, but hear me out. Sleep isn't just rest. It's literally emotional first aid. When you're sleep deprived, your brain literally processes negative emotions more intensely and for longer, and it struggles to hold on to positive emotions. That's why everything feels harder on a day when you're tired. Not that you need the science behind this as it's so, wildly researched, but in one study, people who slept poorly reported 30% lower positive mood the next day. On the flip side, improving sleep quality significantly boosts happiness and resilience. Here's some quick fixes to improve the quality of your sleep. Get morning light exposure for 2 to 10 minutes after waking. This resets your body clock. At night, create a wind down ritual. Stretch, shower, journal, even if it's just one line. Make the ritual the same every night. Same order every night. And obviously mind the caffeine intake. Stop drinking coffee after lunch if you're sensitive. Remember, better sleep doesn't just give you more energy. It gives you a better mood baseline to work from. And like I always remind myself, do not be tempted to stay up late for the 30 minutes because you sabotage your next day's productivity and mood. Number 4, happiness loves company. We are wired for connection. And the truth is no one is happy alone. One of the longest studies ever conducted, the Harvard study of adult development, tracked people for over 80 years. Do you know what the number one predictor of happiness and health was? You know it because I've mentioned it a few times. The quality of their relationships. Not money, not career, not fame. It was simply people's relationships. In fact, strong social ties were linked with a 50% greater chance of survival over the long term. That's as powerful as quitting smoking. So ask yourself, who fills your cup? Who makes you laugh? Who sees you? Here's your action step. Today, text 3 people. I'm thinking of you. How's your week going? Schedule one face-to-face meetup at least this week. Coffee, walk, or just sit on the sofa together. And if your current circle drains you, it's okay to gently drift and audition in new rooms. Join a class, volunteer, find a new group. Happiness isn't just about what you do, it's about who you do it with. As I said in my previous video on the 40 most important life lessons, we are the average of the 5 people we surround ourselves with. Take time to process that, and if those 5 people that you spend most of your time with drain you, well, then change the 5 people that you mostly interact with. Number 5, experiences beat stuff and possessions. You know this, I know this, and we all do it. We've all bought things that we thought would make us happy, and maybe they did for about a week at most, but happiness from buying stuff fades so quickly. Amazing new experiences, on the other hand, stick for a very long time. That concert you went to, you'll talk about it for years. That trip with friends, those memories become stories. Even a small adventure like a picnic in the park, a pottery class, a silly road trip, they give you a bigger, longer lasting lift than buying the newest gadget. I used to challenge myself to do one new experience a week. Now I have way too many new experiences, a mom of 3 young children, but it could be just something as silly as trying a new type of food to something much more important, as taking your son or daughter to a concert of their favorite band, or learning how to drive, like I did at the tender age of 46, or visit a new country. The point is, new experiences will enrich your life with long-lasting results and lift your happiness levels. Here's your challenge. Every month, put one joy experience in your calendar, something you know you'll look forward to. It doesn't have to be expensive. The anticipation alone boosts your happiness levels. Because when you're 90, you won't say, oh, I am so glad I bought that handbag in 2025. You'll say, I'm so glad I danced at that concert. I laughed with my best friend. I took that trip. I went to my daughter's sports day. I took my husband to the theater. Or I hiked with family and friends for 2 hours. So yes, experiences over stuff anytime. Number 6, protect your peace with boundaries. Let's be honest. Sometimes the fastest way to feel happier is to simply stop saying yes to things that drain you and you don't want to do when you have the choice not to. It's ironic how often we lease out our happiness to other people when we think stuff like, if I don't go, they'll be upset, or I don't want to let anyone down, but we're prepared to let ourselves down? So every yes to someone else's desire is a no to your own well-being. And here's a script you can steal. Thanks so much for asking. I'm at capacity this week. Let's find another time. That's it. No long explanations, no guilt, just a gentle boundary to protect your own space and energy. And protecting your own space and energy also means you'll show up with more generosity and joy when you do end up saying yes to something that you really want to go to. Number 7, tidy up your mind. Screen time and social media. So I try to go to bed by about 10:30 at night, and I often don't manage to, but on the nights that I do, I feel like I'm winning already. Ask yourself this. What does 30 minutes of scrolling on other people's social media really bring you? Apart from a massive FOMO, fear of missing out, I do not think that social media contributes in any way to our well-being. Let's talk phones. We love our phones, but they can steal our joy if we're not careful. Studies show that limiting social media use to 30 minutes a day significantly reduces loneliness and depression. Even short breaks from scrolling improve sleep, focus, and mood. I was looking at a friend's son the other day, and he was on Instagram mindlessly scrolling through the reels for about a whole hour at the age of 14. Not only was he not watching the content to try and, learn something, but his time was just hitting next, next, next within 3 to 5 seconds of the next reel starting. Looking for what? That's an hour in his life he will never get back. But I guess at 14 you think you have a lot of time, don't you? So here's an easy one. Try a no scroll block. First hour of the day or last hour before bed. Move your phone out of your bedroom. Replace 10 minutes of scrolling with 10 minutes of walking, reading, meditating, or even just, daydreaming. And here's a key takeaway as Arthur Brooks put it, the Harvard professor. He says, happiness often isn't about adding more to your life. It's about removing everything that drags us down. So simplify things, simplify your life, and you'll see your happiness level increase. Number 8, small doses of mindfulness and awe. Mindfulness doesn't mean sitting cross-legged for an hour chanting, It can be 60 seconds of noticing your breath. It can be savoring your coffee without your phone. It can be looking up at the sky and going, wow. Research shows that even 10 minutes of mindfulness practice or just brief exposure to nature significantly lowers stress and increases positive mood. So here's something simple to try. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4, and then exhale for 6 seconds. Do this 3 times. Or take a 5 senses scan of something beautiful. What do you see, hear, smell, taste, or feel? That tiny pause in your day can reset your whole nervous system. Having these everyday moments of awe really contributes to us being happier. There's plenty of research on this done by Dr. Keltner. Okay, number 9, shape your space. Your environment whispers to you all day, and all those whispers matter. If your room is dark and messy, your brain feels it. If your space is light and clear and a little bit inspiring, your brain feels that too. So have your personal space reflect the state of mind that you want to be in. Quick wins. Open your blinds first thing in the morning. Natural light stabilizes our mood and energy. Add at least 1 green plant in the room. Nature cues calm the brain. Set a 2-minute tidy timer each evening. Future you will thank you in the morning. Your environment doesn't need to be perfect. Just make happy behaviors the easy choice. Number 10 is very important. Here it is. Celebrate your micro wins. Last but certainly not least, celebrate yourself. Not just the big wins, the micro ones, the daily things you did well. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, you're building the identity of a happier, more confident person because a kept promise to yourself builds confidence. So tonight, write down 1 small win. I walked 15 minutes. I cooked a healthy meal. I reached out to a friend. Stack enough of those micro wins and you start to think, I'm someone who tries. I'm someone who grows. And I'm someone who wins. And that belief, that is fuel for happiness. So here's a quick recap for you. Flip these 5 switches this week and you can start one by one and see which one works faster for you. Number 1, gratitude. Be specific, not generic. Number 2, move your body daily for at least 15 to 20 minutes, preferably outside. Number 3, protect sleep with morning light and a night routine. Number 4, text 3 friends and see at least one face-to-face. And number 5, block social media for 30 minutes in the morning and at night before bed. Screenshot the list, post it on your fridge. So there you have it, 10 practical research-backed ways to increase happiness. And here's the truth. You don't need to do all 10 today. Just pick one, try it, notice how you feel, then try another one tomorrow. Because happiness isn't about some big once-in-a-lifetime change. It's about the tiny daily choices that stack up over time. And those choices, they're in your hands. And remember, happiness isn't about being positive all the time. It's about creating more moments that feel good and stacking them until they become your new baseline. Thanks so much for spending time with me today. I'm rooting for you. If you enjoyed this video, you will probably also enjoy watching this one, the 40 most valuable lessons for living with power and purpose. I'll see you there.